This call is now being recorded.
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, April. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? I hear puppies with us today.
I knew this was going to happen because apparently the garbage truck is beeping outside of my window. And like I said last week, anything that goes by in the neighborhood, he is the consummate watchdog. He is the Mrs. Kravitz of animals. He just, I think he's okay now, but he
yeah.
As soon as I called, he barked, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be a fun call. But he's fine.
Oh, I love it.
Think.
I love it.
Oh,
I forgot. I know you told me last week. What kind of dog is he?
Well, he's a black lab mix. He's more, when he was a puppy, he was definitely, there was no mistake, he had black lab somewhere in his lineage. He's now, let's see, his birthday is sometime this month. I'm a bad parent. I don't know exactly which date. I think it's 21st. Anyway, he's now, and he looks more like some sort of a whippet or greyhound somewhere. He's got very long legs.
Okay.
He's adorable. I'll have to show you a photo. I'll have to send you what he looks like. Absolutely adorable. And he's the love of my life. Well, one of them. Anyway, first of all, a couple things out of the way.
Okay.
First, I am ecstatic to be jumping back on the lily pad with you.
Me too. I'm super excited. I'm glad we were able to do the call today too.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, of course, typically, and I swear this on my life, I literally have nothing to do.
Oh,
especially
Mark, I kind of lose you. Are you walking around?
Yes, I am. Is that bad? Because I have hold on 1 second. He's actually, Jesse is eating one of my vintage stuffed animals, so I want to take that away from him. And can you still hear me? I'm sorry. Okay.
No, I can definitely hear you.
Okay, I'm going to sit back down. And plus, also, too, I'm actually not on speakerphone. So
you know what? It's much better this way. Like I could hear you last week, but you sounded a little distant. So
okay. So now I'm closer and more intimate. Okay, perfect. I will keep that then. So I apologize. I had to get up and take.
Oh no, it's all good.
Okay. So anyway, the first thing, obviously, I'm thrilled to be back on the lily pad with you. And the second thing is, I just wanted to say to you and your listeners, may the 4th be with you.
All 10 of them?
Well, that's one of my goals. I think, that's something I want to talk about, too.
Yeah.
We need to expand you. We've got to expand you because I have so much, I have a strong feeling that this podcast is going to explode. And I really want to make that happen, help you make it happen. So another question for you then. We have to go back to May the 4th in a second. But I wanted to ask, does the lily pad have a presence on Instagram?
Oh, yeah.
What is the... So tell me what the tag is or what your address is.
If you look up the Lily Pad podcast, it should come up. You'll see my picture. You'll see it's kind of like a black and gray picture where the microphone, my little homemade... It looks like a homemade selfie ring, actually, because I put LED lights on everything. So you'll see that it's around my little, I always forget what they call this thing, the little spit screen, they put in front of microphones.
Yeah, in front of the microphone. So, exactly. Yeah. That's what it is. It's a spit screen. Yeah.
So I have LED lights around that because it's what I do. I put lights on everything.
Love it. I love it. So the reason why I'm asking is because I also have a presence on Instagram, and
you do?
I do.
I'm not following you.
Yo, what the? Well, that's going to change right this second.
Oh, of course, I'm doing a search for you.
Tatted vegan actor. That's it.
Tatted vegan. I follow a bunch of vegan pages. There you are. Follow.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to follow you right back. Well, the reason why I'm asking is because I think we could do what I would love to do. Of course, I've got 10,000 things in my head, as you can tell, and I'm rambling at the moment. And we're just getting started.
It's okay. It's recorded. I can always just go back and go through the list.
Fantastic. Well, the reason why I'm asking about your presence on Instagram is I was thinking that maybe we could even do like a Instagram live, the two of us. We can take it to the next level, and we can get more like. My people would love to. My people, please. I've had any sort of influence.
I knew it. I knew that about you, Mark. I had that feeling.
See, my people. I know. Well, hey, the secret's out now. I can't. It's no coming back.
I'm not drinking any Kool-Aid.
We can expand and make this bigger. And like I said, this would be fantastic. I want to see you. I want to see you featured on Howard Stern. In fact, I want to see you on Howard Stern's couch. That's,
oh yeah, that could be taken in more than one way.
Pardon me? Oh, right. Look, we're in the business. Whatever you have to do, you do it. That's how it works. But
I don't do that. I'm a good girl.
Really, by your talent alone, you could definitely do that. Aside from other methods.
I would. Well, you know what? It's funny you mentioned that. I've been thinking about trying to do these live videos, but I will say, and I'm not going to lie, I am a pansy. So the thing is, I wanted to do. I still have yet to record a live. And actually, that's a lie. The first time I think I tried to record something through Spreaker, because that's like the main site that hosts the show.
Spreaker?
Yeah. It's Speaker with an R, so it's Spreaker.
Spreaker. Okay.
Yeah, .com. Oh. It's actually a really good website. It's like, it's like Spotify, iTunes, Deezer.
Yeah.
I've also got myself distributed on a few other platforms. Like I'm on Spotify now, Deezer, Castbox. Okay. There are a couple I'm still waiting on, I think. I'm looking into iTunes, things like that, but theirs is more involved.
Yes.
Versus just saying, hey, play my podcast. So I haven't quite jumped over that line yet with them. But the Instagram is a really big thing. So the first time I tried recording anything with Spreaker, I accidentally did it live. And so my friend,
yes, okay.
It was very short. I don't think I said much of anything. I think I was just, when you're like practicing on something and you're saying absolutely nothing, you get on the microphone like, okay, I'm just saying this because I'm testing out my microphone, blah blah.
I do.
Well, I recorded something stupid like that live. So my friend sent me a Facebook message. Oh, I loved you. I just listened to you. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What? Oh, no, what? But, that could work too.
I was like, lesson learned.
Yeah, lesson learned. But, that could work to our advantage because I think sometimes, at least for me anyway, I'll use myself as an example. If I don't know that, I'm doing something, I have a more relaxed, I'm always clenching. Even calling you before, I knew I was going to call you this morning. I'm like, of course,
I'm still losing you.
You're losing me. I haven't moved. I swear to God, I'm still here.
Huh.
I'm still here.
I wonder, did you use your cell phone last week?
I did.
That's weird.
But I had my cell phone. Of course, I was on cell phone. I mean, a cell phone. Hello. I was on speakerphone last time so that I could talk with my hands. And right now I'm talking with one hand, so that's probably what the difficulty is. See, I'm telling you, if I don't talk with both hands, there's something wrong. But
it's weird.
Just keep. Yeah, I'm almost swallowing the phone right now, so it tell me if anything is kooky or not.
Like you sound good now, and then when it starts to peter off, it's kind of like you get distant again. It's weird. But you know why? It's because what?
Because I'm using my hands. I think that if I put my because I'm sitting here, so get the visual. I am sitting on my bed very very relaxed, and I have my hand on the bed, so you can hear me fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk with my hand. I don't know if that makes. I'm doing that. If you could see me, you'd probably be laughing because I said
no, it did sound a little weird for a split second. Oh yeah, huge difference.
Okay, that's got to be it. And you kind of went into a little bit of.
Yeah, that's weird. You have to strategically place yourself down.
I do. Not only that, like I said before, before we hit that time, of course, I had to get ready. And I'm not kidding you when I say I had to get ready. I had to prepare. Like I did my breathing exercises, did a little bit of vocal warm-up. I combed my hair.
I put my ball gown on. My hair's done.
See, I'm telling you, this is what it's all about. You have to think the part. You have to be the part. You have to totally, we're on right now. So,
yeah, you know I'm a big fat liar, right? I'm wearing a t-shirt with no bra. Like you need to know that part.
Okay, the same thing here with me. No bra, t-shirt. It's a rent t-shirt from 1999.
Yeah.
And that's where it's at. I mean, like I said, at least, I'm representing, of course, because I'm always, everything is right with me. I have to tell you that. But that's a different story. So yeah, I mean, but I did. I really, seriously, no joke, I prepared. I had to,
You did. But I definitely want to talk more with you about this Instagram thing off the mics afterwards, because that I started, as you saw, I started doing a couple of those little videos. I'm just playing around. My blooper one seems to be the favorite of everybody, and it's my favorite, too.
Oh, my gosh. So I'll have to check it out.
Oh, my gosh, you haven't seen it yet? Oh, dude.
I have not.
I had and I'll tell you, but you still have to see it. It's literally like 14 seconds long. I have my phone on my little selfie stick tripod.
Yep.
And I just started doing, hey, blah, blah, blah. And like 5 seconds into it, my phone flies off the tripod. The tripod flies behind. So it goes into the lounge area like 5 feet.
Yes.
My phone lands, and all you can hear is me laughing in the background because it goes from my face to black in like a second.
I love it.
And then I pick up the phone, and I'm like, let's try this again. And I wasn't even looking in the right direction. I was looking completely in the wrong direction.
God. Yeah, but that's perfect. That's what
I'm like, that has,
entertainment.
I'm like, that has to be posted. I talked to my friend Mike because he's one of my he's like a tech friend. He's one of my, I have a few tech friends. And I was talking to him about, techie stuff. And he said he saw the bloopers. He goes, I literally almost fell off my chair. He goes, that was great. I'm like, yeah, that's why I had to post it because it was so not expected.
But that's what makes it classic and memorable, and people love it.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, on that very similar topic, I'm also very recently a TikTok person now. Are you on TikTok?
Yes and no. I have it, and I've used it twice when my godchild was here 2 summers ago. So. Oh my gosh. But I want to get more acclimated with it because the videos on those things are kind of cute, and I think that they would suit my needs.
But you know what? I think they would, and that's of course I want to work on that with you too because, like I said, I'm telling you, I'm going to blow you up. I want to make you bigger than you are. I
don't want to be bigger than I am, Mark. I'm already fat.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm saying you're going to be like the next. Give me the next star. That's going to be part of my
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, we're going to make it happen. But we
could be on. We'll both be on like the Ellen Show and stuff, and late night with Jimmy Fallon.
That would be. I could die and be happy. That's okay. So that's. You know what? I'm going to create a vision board for us. And when we go live,
I love you. Can I just tell you that I love you? You're so sweet.
And I'm telling you the honest God truth. Like I said, I won't blow smoke up because that's not me. However, it's a vision board, and I think that's going to be the goal. Is you and I on a couch talking with Ellen. So I'm going to actually make a vision. Gosh, wouldn't it though? Of course, you and I probably crack up too much to be able to actually talk.
We get in trouble, just like in grammar school.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's grammar school in today. I'm not going to lie. I haven't lost that. I mean, I laugh at the drop of a hat.
I still remember though, once you got into a giggling fit, you really could not stop.
Right, and the funny thing is, my mother would always say, "Breathe, Mark, breathe." Like I would do like the silent laugh. But you would actually. I remember being in the playground with you, and you would get into such a laughing like hysteria. Your face would get like beet red, and I'm like, "Is he going to kill her?" Happens. I learned how to breathe through it though. Thank God.
Hold on.
Oh, you have a call.
Let's see who's calling. Oh, it's wireless call. I've been waiting for them. Ready to my phone. No.
Go ahead.
Call from wireless caller.
I have this thing. I love it.
The phone. So.
Call from wireless.
And I don't know how to mute this thing. So sorry, everybody.
That's right.
I got to tell you, when we got these. Oh, hold on. Hi, Ma.
Yes.
I'm on a call. I know.
Do you want to call back? Do you need to call me back? Seriously?
Oh, no. It's just Mom. She comes in sometimes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hold on.
Hi, Mom.
Mom? Can't hear you. I had the headphones on. Hold. Come on in. Make yourself comfortable. No, what? You all right? Oh, it's just wireless caller. I don't know who they are. Mark says hello.
Hi,
did you hear?
And my mom says hello to you too. She's like, "Oh, she started telling me stories." My mother remembers everything.
Oh, she does? Mom says she sends her love.
I send it right back.
And I had both of you talking at one time, but, Mom was waving and sending her love. And just like tell your mom I said hi, too. I remember your mom.
Absolutely. Oh, my gosh. She was so happy. She's like, oh, you're back in April again? And she goes up on all these stories. I'm like, how the hell do you remember all this? And she does.
You would probably remember more than me, though, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, certain things. Like, I can remember what happened probably back when I was, 6 years old. But after what happened, 2 hours ago, and I'm like, I have no idea.
Oh, my God, 2 hours
my
ago.
long-term memory is right there, spot on. Stuff that happens, in recent or, right now, it's a crapshoot. So,
well, the
anyway.
memory is the first thing to go, I think, too, sometimes.
Oh,
well, no, they said spelling sometimes is one of the first things to go, too. I used to be really good at spelling, and I second guess myself constantly now. I'm like, wait, is that how you spell it? I'm like, no, that's it. That's it.
Thank God. Well, it's a blessing and a curse with because I'm sure the Android still also has a spell check, right? Do they do that as well? Does it kind of give you, you start typing a word and then it comes up with what they think this is trying to say?
Yeah, that's why my text messages are always a mess.
Me too. I mean, some of the words that they think you're trying to say, it's like, do you know me? I would never. I mean, I just don't. I don't understand. But sometimes it's a blessing because that's how you spell it. And it's usually is it I before E? Is there a rule that I'm forgetting? It's one of those things where I always thought I knew how to spell. I thought it was a good speller. Speller.
Speller?
But
spell that. Just kidding.
Speller, Speller, right? Is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay, yeah. See, but for me, it's I'm so reliant now on my cell phone because it knows.
Oh, God, it is.
What I'm trying to say. It has my usual phrases. Because I peck with one finger. I'm not one of these speed texters. It's bad.
I can be, but that's my other downfall. It's the phone changing what I'm saying and me typing way too fast.
Right.
It's a wonder how anybody understands me at this point.
But that's the thing. It's after a while, especially if you're texting certain people over and over, it's almost, oh yeah, I know what you're trying to say. And for me, I've actually tried, I don't know if the Android has it, but I know the iPhone does, where you can actually speak and it will translate it into text.
Oh, Mark, whatever you're doing, honey, I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm gone? I haven't moved, I swear. I'm right.
This is the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing, because you've been going in and out here and there, but that last one was really bad.
Oh, no.
We may... I wonder...
Well, here's what I'm doing, okay? So the only thing differently that I'm doing is I'm switching hands. I haven't switched to the cell phone is in one ear, but I just sometimes I'll talk with the right hand or I'll, gesture with the right hand and then with the left.
What were you holding? How are you holding it now? Because you were bad just now.
We're
going to spend this whole call trying to figure out the phone.
I know. Okay, let's get this right. And then 2 hours later, I've got to go. Okay, great.
Yeah, got to go. I got to sing.
I got to sing. Sorry, I can't listen to your garble anymore. I got to go. So yeah, is this better? Am I okay?
That's good. Yeah. How are you holding the thing now?
I don't know. It's it's weird because I'm holding it. It's funny because I'm holding the phone with my right hand and I'm a lefty, so I don't know if that makes any difference. But I'm gesturing with my left hand as I'm talking. Hold on one second. I'm gonna try something. Hold one second.
Your color is important to us.
Okay, so I've now switched. The cell phone is in my left hand. How do I sound?
That doesn't sound too bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try. I can't guarantee anything. I might be stumbling with my words because.
Well, we can always do a dual call. We can do a hang up and start over again, and actually it'll be good because this could be the first segment, and then I'll play a couple songs when I put this, when I start putting the final
part. Put it together. Sure.
Yeah. So then maybe it's just weird fluky thing with the actual call itself. Maybe it'll fix itself if we did a callback or something. But not yet.
Absolutely.
Not yet.
Okay, all right. So you let me know, and I'm right on board with you.
Okay.
So what I meant to say was talk. It
Yep.
seems very. I don't know if you've noticed this, but a lot of them are high tech. It's like they have. I know you can do you can add songs, snippets of songs. You could add
Yeah.
sound effects and such. But a lot of it seems even the editing seems very very strong. And I've recently become a TikTok newbie, and the ones that seem to do pretty well for me are the ones of my dogs.
All right.
Those get views. I got one from my yellow lab that has almost 200 or 300 views, or 300,
sweet.
whatever the case is. And then I have another one that's got 2 likes. It was my first video, and I just did a photo compilation type of video. That didn't do too well, but it's one of those things where I could get into it, but I just have to be more technical, I guess. I'm not.
Yeah, I used to play around with it too. I know a lot of people. I mean, it's just I know once I would start doing it, I'll get very acclimated. I just keep forgetting about it, and then I'm seeing them constantly. Wait, do I even still have it? Maybe I got rid of it. I know I have a TikTok up here somewhere. A TikTok.
And I think my TikTok is again the same. The tatted vegan actor.
I'm gonna.
I think I'm the same there.
Okay, I don't want to watch J-Lo right now. I'm not in the mood to watch.
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
So Mark, let's. Yeah. Okay, tatted vegan
actor.
Am I not spelling this properly?
Okay,
actor.
So TATTED VEGAN ACTOR. Am I there?
There you are. I shall follow you now. I'm your second follower. You could be my first follower.
I think I have 2 followers. I think you're my second follower, so I am over the moon. So thank you.
When I sign, I already signed up. Oh, do I have to do that?
Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, it's I guess I'll use my phone. I don't want to put my birthday. Bye.
Oh, lie. Who cares?
May 5th. Cinco de Mayo, baby. I'm gonna put.
That's not true. Your birthday, is it?
No, it's September.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. It can't be. Okay, Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, so are you gonna make some delicious Mexican dish tomorrow?
I would, but Ma Dukes isn't a huge Mexican fan.
Same with oh my gosh, it's so true.
I love it. Love it.
Yes.
But,
oh my goch,
yeah.
Me too.
I'm a big fan.
Me huge. I love fresh guacamole. There is nothing. I could literally eat 30 avocados made for guacamole. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you.
Mom doesn't like avocados, and she cannot even be around a raw onion for the most part. If I ever buy an onion or scallions, and I'm not kidding, I have to wrap it up in a saran wrap 3 times, put it in a plastic bag, then another plastic bag, then another plastic bag, and leave it in the porch.
You don't think I understand. I completely get it. I think, I don't know. And I understand that because my mom is the same way with certain foods too, and it's but that's just who they are. That's how it works, and you adapt. But for me, you know what? Raw onions, not so much, but I do love onions. I love onions. I love scallions.
I do love onions.
Oh my gosh, I love caramelized onions.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness, I could die. However, yeah, it's true. It's certain foods they don't. My mother, one of her staple diets is chicken.
I love chicken.
Because my mother, well, I do too. Well, when I did eat chicken, I actually have fake chicken now, which is actually delicious. I know probably other people will be like, not so much delicious if you're not used to it, but I love it. However, my dad used to say that we would have so much chicken that he was afraid he'd grow a beak. So, but that's it's one of my mother's favorite things, and that's what she eats, and which is great. But like I said, for me, okay, so I just want to let you know that I switched. I'm back now to holding the phone with my right hand. So if anything goes wonky, I'm blaming that.
Okay.
Just to give you a heads up. But anyway, so there's so many things I just wanted to. My head is so usually devoid of thought. But now that I'm with you, I've got 10. I should have written it down. I knew I should have written it down. In fact, I was trying to do that earlier.
Yeah. Sorry about that big thump. I forgot.
No, that's...
Oh, it's good.
Are you okay,
Sound
first of all?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. My phone, I just kind of like, carelessly dropped it onto...
Did you drop me? Okay.
I did,
Sorry.
but not in a bad way.
No. I don't take it as such. It's as long as everything is okay.
Oh, yeah. I just, what happens is I start moving stuff around, and if the microphones are on, it's so funny because it just picks up everything like, more...
Very sensitive.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I think I mentioned it last week. Hi, puppy. When my cat bellows to her people, I can hear it through the floor. So.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I'm actually setting up my TikTok account. I thought I did that already, but I don't think I did.
What are you setting up?
TikTok.
Yeah.
I thought I had.
So you're TikToking right now. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I thought I had an account, but I don't think I do.
Maybe it's been a long period of time,
now.
so it just...
Oh, maybe.
Because if you, for me, I had never had an account, so it took me, 5 minutes to whip something up. But I think definitely for you, we need to get your presence, so far out that it's, you're everywhere. People are they have no choice but to follow your greatness. So, like I said, we're gonna work on that.
My greatness, I love it.
It's true. Like I said, I think there's so much potential and so much growth. We just have to get you like I said. I think the visual is the other element. Because there's nothing more classic than having chats over the phone or just radio chats, which is wonderful in and of itself. But I think
absolutely.
adding a visual.
Oh yeah, that's why I started playing around with videos, because I want to put videos on Instagram and things like that, because I'm doing 2 versions of my show now. Well, I'm not doing the second version of this one right now because I'm just showered and my hair's not even dry. So, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do visual and audio for each episode now. Best I can.
I think that's the way to go. Would you mind holding on for just one hot second? Hold on.
Of course.
I apologize to you and to your listeners. Jesse, no. Relax.
Oh, Poppy's in trouble.
Oh my gosh, I have you on. I was trying to mute so you wouldn't hear the barking, but I put on speaker, so I'll take you off speaker.
Well, you know what? Let's stay on speaker for a minute. I'm curious to see if it happens when you're on.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh good. So let's see. Let's test it. Okay. So I think he's calmed down now. I think he said his say, so we're good. But where were we? And I apologize.
Well, you sound a little too distant. You might have to take it off speaker again. But I'm trying to.
Okay.
It's odd. You know what? Why don't we do this? What time is it now? It's 12. It's a little after 10. Let's take a break real quick. We'll be back on the show, and we'll have you call back and see if it maybe has a better connection.
Makes a difference. Okay.
Yeah, so you know how phones work. So, but
yeah.
All right. So we will be talking with Mark after the break. Yeah, and we'll be right back on the lily pad.
This call is now being recorded.
And we're back. Hi, Mark.
And we're back. Yay.
We are back. We are back on the Lily Pad podcast. Those of you just tuning in, we are talking with my friend Mark. It's Monday morning coffee with Mark. Although my coffee's gone. I've already drank all of it.
Yes, me too. I want a second cup, but I love it. Yes. Again, and for those of you who don't know, that's
a dog.
Chiming in.
No, you know what? I like the extra noises in the background. It really does add a boatload of character to any episode.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you.
And I love animals. I love
you more. Okay, so I think we're good. So, how do I sound? First of all, are we? How's the better?
It seems like it's doing it again, but I'm not going to worry about it. Let's not stress over it anymore.
All right. Okay. So if I go in and out, yell at me or something, or give me a heads up, and we'll do something. But it's so odd. I'm trying to be as still as I possibly can. So maybe thinking if the more I move around or whatever, I switch hands. it might affect the quality, but yeah, I'm just going to try and stay as still as possible. But anyway, so you're TikToking, which is fantastic, and I'm
definitely trying.
Pardon me?
I'm definitely going to try.
Yes. Well, again, I think for me, TikTok is, like I said, I'm excited, but I'm also worried just about the technicality, because I'm one of these people who's like, I have all these ideas, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this would be great. Do people want to see this? I mean, do they really care? But then I'm thinking, I look at everyone else's videos, and they're all like polished. They're like, this is pretty good.
Oh yeah, they're nice. They're not bad.
And here's me showing a photo of, my dog sleeping, and I throw a song on it, and people love it, which is good. Like I said, I'm videos like that are classic. And that's, you never know what people want to hear or see, like with your video, which I'm dying to see.
Oh my God, it's really the funniest thing. Okay, so I just created my account. Let's see if it lets me follow you. Okay, I'm your second follower. And
I am so excited. Thank you.
It's under the Lily Pad Podcast, one word, all lowercase. So anybody out there, TikTok me.
Yes. TikTok, I don't know if and also Instagram. Is it are you at Lily Pad? What's your Instagram?
The Lily Pad Podcast. I also have a personal one, but I'm not really worried about that. It's under.
Talking about the Lily Pad. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All one word, pushed together, lowercase, the Lily Pad Podcast. You'll see, and the funny video. Let's see, is that it?
Lily Pad Podcast.
Yeah.
I hope you.
Yeah.
There you are. I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I posted my dinner from last night. And I play around with filters. God, those Snapchat filters make me look so freaking good, by the way.
Oh, see, I have to go back to Snapchat. That's the one app that I deleted because I couldn't, I didn't understand it. This was a while ago. Like, it was too, at that point, I'm like, I didn't understand the concept of, like, the picture, you snap it, and then it goes away unless you have to, like, is that the one where you
but if you save it, but I'll tell you, Snapchat filters are my best friend.
Okay.
They put makeup on me, they give me eyelashes, and make me have one chin. I look fantastic.
Oh, so you know what, then? I seriously have to get back to Snapchat because I need all of that. Like,
hold on, I'm going to send you a couple of text messages of how good this thing makes me look.
I can't wait. Yes, please. Because I'm going to turn you over to Snapchat because
Let me send you this. Oh, I did my hair straight the other day.
Yeah.
All right, so I just sent that one.
Okay.
And let's see. I have so many of them. It's funny. I get, it makes my eyes change color. Oh, here's a cute one. It goes black and white. It makes me look like Hello Kitty almost.
Oh, that's adorable.
Seriously, makes me look adorable. I'm sending you another one. Here's that one.
Okay, send it, please.
This one makes me look super cool. Black and white with.
I'm going to have to, reload Snapchat then. Because I was finding for me, of course, like I said, this was probably, I'm going to say like maybe 2 or 3 years ago when I loaded it initially. Mm-hmm. And in order to save it, you had to do it within a matter of was it 10 seconds, if I remember correctly? And
if you're doing a video, well, videos are like 10 seconds. So if you hold the button down, it makes you do a video, and they'll let you do a quick video. And like I said, they won't. They last 24 hours unless you save it onto
Right,
so
you have to save it onto your phone. Yeah, right.
Well, into the app. Yeah, and so it's in the app.
Okay.
One of the funniest things is doing something in slow motion. I will have to do a funny video after we get off the phone. Actually, I'm going to do one right now.
Okay.
While we're talking. Okay.
Yes.
And then I'm going to send it to you, and I'm going to do slow motion. It's the funniest thing in the world. So, whoops.
Okay.
So I'm going to make myself look. Adorable. Oh, that's nice. All right. I'm going to do a video.
Yes.
Hey, Mark. This is how Snapchat works. Okay. I hope you like it. Mm-hmm. All right. Now. Okay, first of all, you can hear the...
Yes.
I hope you like it.
Changes the voice. No, ready? I'm going to send this to you, too. Ready?
Splendid. Oh, my God.
Listen.
I like
it. Oh, my gosh. Now, so question to you. Can I can I post that video on my page? Would that be cool?
Not the one I just did because I am not prepared.
Okay, good. That's why I wanted to ask because I love crap like that. I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to Snapchat. How do I find you on Snapchat? Is it just your personal one, or is it the Lily Pad?
Very good question.
Okay.
Oh, so it's first initial, last name.
Okay.
1972.
Are we the same age?
Yeah. I think you're slightly...
Yes.
When's your birthday?
Mine's in April.
Oh, that's right. I think we talked about this. Yeah, mine's in September. Yep. So we are same year, a few months different.
It's okay. Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So, all right. So I will definitely have to Snapchat because I think I've got all of them now except for...
I'll do another video after when I feel like I... You know what?
Right, and then that's the one that I will definitely share. Okay, because that stuff just cracks me up and I love it. So if I may, you had said earlier or moments ago that you had posted your dinner yesterday's dinner or whatever.
Yeah. You saw that. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love gnocchi. I swear to God, Oh my gosh! Gnocchi are probably one of my favorite pastas is gnocchi.
I love gnocchi.
Do you remember? And it always reminds me, Kitty's restaurant. I think it.
Oh my God! Yeah.
It's no longer there. Was it in Reading?
Yes.
Or was it? I don't remember.
It was Reading or North Reading. It was one of the two.
Okay, so they had because this was way back in the day because I don't even this is probably in my teens. So this was like eons ago. They had gnocchi with a meat sauce that was to die for.
Sounds good.
And I have never had equal gnocchi before. I just one of my favorite dishes is gnocchi. And when I saw it yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I want to do. In fact, I'm going to get myself some, because it's just mouth-watering. And I'm
it's
sure
so good. My grandmother used to make them from scratch. So when we knew we were having gnocchi, I have a recipe and everything. You make it with she had the little mountain of whatever it was she had in the egg in the middle, and she did it all by hand. Yeah. And one of my friends, go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead, please. I was just saying that she used the fork to do the final.
Yep.
The decor. Yeah.
Yes, and funny. You mentioned the fork and how it makes its unique shape. So when I posted that last night, one of my friends on Facebook, she goes, I don't know if you saw all the comments. She goes, "What the hell are those things that look like maggots?" I'm like, it's a pasta.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, when you look at it, they actually look like little grubs.
They look like larvae. They do. You know what?
They do.
About it, for real, they do. They do.
They do.
Yum. Now, doesn't that make that sound?
So I made a joke. I said, "Well, no, they're a pasta, but they're made with maggot flour."
Oh my, perfect. Oh, April, yes.
I'm like, I just gross myself out, but
So, like I said, I just adore. Well, we've touched on this about how much we love food, and I think about it all the time. Even when I'm eating, I'm like, okay, so what's either for
my
lunch,
next meal,
dinner, or snack, or...
Are you kidding? I'm thinking about the fifth meal after this one. Like I'm thinking.
Hello. No. I get it.
Meals all the way through Wednesday.
For real. So yes. Hello. I do. I have pasta more than once a week. It's bad. I'm a pastatarian. But
I do like pasta.
Me too. So much. So much. And you know what else I miss as a vegan? Not that I've said I've missed food before, but I'm just using that as a segue. Which I can no longer have, I'm sad about because I wish there were a vegan alternative. However, point is, do you remember Chris's Pizza?
Yeah, I do. Well, I haven't had them in a really long time, but yeah.
Me neither. But that was probably the best pizza I had ever tasted. and I have not had it in so long. I'm my mouth is watering just thinking about it. I mean, it's nothing special. It's obviously if you're, a local, you've heard of it. I have the number memorized. I have the number committed to memory. But it's a Greek style pizza, and I used to have it with like extra cheese and Mamma Mia.
I love extra. I do like extra cheese on a pizza.
Good Lord, if it's not like dripping and it's not like gooey, what's the point? You know what I mean?
Right. Now I prefer Italian pizza over the Greek pizza, but I do like Greek pizza.
That's like a thin crust, right? That's like is that right?
Well, it could be because I forgot which. It was an Andrew Zimmer, and I forgot where in Italy he was. But it can be thicker. It depends on where you are in the country. But it's not cooked in pans, like because Greek pizza is cooked in the pizza pans. Those pizza
exactly. Yeah.
Because I've worked in a few pizza shops over the years, so I have many years of experience with that.
Of course.
A lot of fun. I learned a lot. Hard work, but
I'll bet it is.
A lot goes into running a shop like that. But yeah, I do love a good pizza. And there's a place near my friend's house. I love their gluten-free pizza, and I get it with spinach, tomato slices, and extra cheese. And it's because they're all small. They're not very big. I could literally kill a whole one if I really want. I won't.
Are they personal size pizzas?
Yeah. They're a little bigger than a personal, but not quite the same size as you would see as like a regular small pizza. But I won't eat the whole thing because it gets sick, but I could probably put it down.
Oh, please! I have no shame. If I could kill a pizza without even thinking about it. I mean, that's so good. I mean, you think about it, because when you fold a slice of pizza, which is like to me, that's how you do it. You take it and you fold it. It becomes. So
you're gonna laugh at me. You're going to laugh at me because a lot of the times the pizza's piping hot. I eat it with a fork and a knife. I get looked all the time. People are like, what are you doing? It's pizza.
Hello. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there are different schools of eating pizza, and none of them are wrong. You know what I mean? I mean, hello, it's pizza. So the quicker you can get it into your mouth, the better.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned.
My
gosh, there's no shame. I pizza is the food of the gods.
And as long as I'm eating it, it's done properly.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes.
Well, to me, that's, of course, I think Italian cuisine is probably my favorite. That's just because I love pasta. I mean, sauces.
Definitely partial to Italian food, but I have to admit, I do like to explore a lot. I love Thai food. I like Japanese food and Chinese food, but I'm huge into the ramen and the soups and the pho or pho. I'm really into those things. I love that. I've been not exposed. I shouldn't say that. It's a really bad word to use these days. But I've experienced dim sum a few times. That is an interesting type of food. It's interesting. My God. Yeah, it's
Is it selling though? You have to have a lot because I don't mind having a lot. Don't get me wrong. That's fine.
What's nice with it is if you go to a good place. Well, I usually go to Chinatown in Boston with friends, and they'll come around. Some places are different. They'll come around with little carts, or you place an order through a little menu or whatnot. Okay. And you can say, okay, I'll take one of these and one of these, and they those little steamer containers you see some.
Like the bamboo, you mean? Is that?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They'll come in that, and there might be 4 or 5 bites, but it's not like an actual plate of food. So you can kind of, it's almost like tapas.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's you can get a multitude of different things. There's only a few pieces on each. Yeah, items. And then you can get more of the same or switch it up, things like that. But it's also a texture thing. It really depends on. I'm a texture person, so because a lot of it's steamed, so it's definitely an interesting concept. But for me, the flavor overwhelms the texture. That's why I don't mind eating it. And I will say, I tried a food. This was when I went with my friend Fianny. She was one of the ones, one of the friends I spoke to last week. Okay. She was the first person to bring me to Chinatown for dim sum, and I tried this item. It was called a turnip cake.
Okay.
Now, I don't eat turnips on a regular basis by any means.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
However, it's hard to describe, but you know the consistency of what poi looks like that people get in Hawaii?
Yes.
Okay, it's almost like they pound the turnip into like almost like a paste or some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Then they shape
Okay.
it, and I believe that they can put it in a skillet. They kind of cook it a little bit, and then they put some sort of sauce on it. Texture-wise, horrendous.
Taste, 100%.
The flavor
Okay.
was really good. I'm like, okay, you know what? The taste is overwhelming this horrible, horrible texture. I'm going to eat this anyway. But those are filling. If you eat more than one, you're going to hit a wall. It's like, I call it the...
Quickly. Yeah. Okay.
But it's interesting. But I love ramen, like real ramen. You and I have to go for ramen sometime. There's a place in Somerville called Toto Ramen. And I get the spicy one. It's really good. I mean, it's a little pricey, but I mean, you're going for the specific type of food. And
of course. Yeah. This is what they're noted for. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's really good. But there's a lot of soup places around. I mean, there's so many. I saw a lot of these Instagram videos, you know, because I love my friend Jeff, and there's a lot of people that think this is nasty, and I don't remember if we spoke about this last week, but
tell me.
The ASMR mukbang videos, it's when people are eating, so you're either watching them eat, and you can hear them eat. It's like
my God. Okay. I have a confession before you go any further.
I wonder if it's the same confession I have.
Okay, so I kind of like it, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, I lost you for a second. Say it again. What?
Yes, I'm sorry. I said I kind of like it. I have to confess.
Oh, I'm interested. I watch them every day. Don't worry about it.
Okay, thank you. So we're on the same page. Well,
oh, yeah.
The thing was, I didn't want people to be like, you are nasty. But it's like, that's the first thing I thought of when I saw it. I'm like, well, initially hearing them like chew food was like,
funny.
I can't. But then after a while, you almost forget. You don't hear it predominantly. You're thinking about just the way they like you know they like they do the whole thing, like the whole package. I'm upset.
Yeah. Like
and
some people.
Let me tell you something.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Before, don't lose that thought. I apologize, but if I don't say this now, I'm going to forget. You need to like on Instagram, Chris Crocker.
Chris Crocker.
This is the web personality that had that whole "Leave Britney Alone." She had that meltdown. This was probably in the early 2000s, and she from that video. Okay, I say she. I mean,
there's a lot of them on here.
Pardon me. Well, I think the one it's the correct one is it's Chris Crocker. It's ITS Chris Crocker.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, he became famous on the internet for that video "Leave Britney Alone," where he literally had a meltdown about people talking smack about Britney Spears. So I had
there it is. Okay.
Rolling. He does, you know, a lot of different videos. He has, you know, an eclectic sense of self and the world. So you may or may not appreciate all of his videos. However, he does these foodie videos. He actually has a business. I'm not kidding you, where he does. People pay him to so that he just sits there and eats.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
So I think you would appreciate that element or that aspect. That's I didn't mean to interrupt you earlier, but he has, you know, eating videos, and I sit there and you know, I have friends who are like, how can you literally sit there and watch this? Because for most people it repulses them, and it's just like, I can't stand it. I mean, I used to be one of those people, so I'm gonna stand true and say I get it, I understand. But like you, it's almost like you can't turn away. You have to you have to watch it, and you're like, oh my God. And people, we're not alone. Obviously, we're not alone. There are people out there that literally, and that's why he has this. You know, he'll do. Probably, I would say, if you check out,
losing you, honey.
You losing me? Am I there? Okay, better.
Yeah.
Am I here? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, that was my fault because I moved. It's my bad. I can totally
Mark,
admit that. Am I gone?
Good.
I know.
No, I was just giving you a hard time.
Already giving you shit. Okay, let's because, like I told you before, if you tie my hands together, I'm a mute. I can't speak. So anyway, probably I would say probably every 6th or 7th video of Chris Crocker has him eating. Either it's pizza or he'll go one of his favorites is like Panda Express, and he'll sit there and literally eat an entire thing of like some sort of chicken dish. But it's just amazing. He'll talk about it like it's, I think that's part of the appeal too. I'm out again? Damn it.
Well, it's funny. It literally lasts only a second, so by the time I tell you, you're back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I apologize to you and your listeners. I don't know what the heck is going on.
Yeah, it happened. It could be mine.
Does.
It could be me too. Now, let me ask you. I'm going to ask.
Very, what's the word? Animated. So to sit here and not like move, is very challenging for me.
So let me ask you this. Before you go any further,
Yeah.
and this is a dumb question, but it's still going to be asked. Do you have a landline?
You know I do. Do you think that would be better?
I think that would be ideal because, you know, and it's funny, we have a landline too. It's the same phone number it's the first phone number I ever memorized when I was a child. Everybody in my family knows the number to this house. So my mother's like, I am never getting rid of the number. So it's like, why don't you try calling me from the landline?
Right, because I have one too. It's under my mother's name because of, obviously, she insists that we maintain a landline.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. Now,
do that?
Yeah, would she mind if you used the landline to call me?
Not at all. In fact, I'm trying to listen to see if I can see her on the phone. I don't believe she is. Let me check. Why don't we do this? Why don't we? Can I call you right back? Either way, I'll let you know. If I call you,
shoot me a text because I'm gonna while you're checking with your mom, I'm actually gonna run upstairs and grab another cup of coffee. So. Yes. Anybody, we're going to be back in a few minutes. We're gonna try to fix the technical difficulties that we've been having with the phone, which I mean we could still work, but the phone is being moody today. So we'll be right back on the lily pad.
This call is now being recorded.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to the show.
I am so excited, and I think, because you sound like Crystal, so I don't know if this is the same like how you hear me, but is it better?
You sound so much better. I think it was just maybe the unfortunate, glitch in cell phone connection sometimes. Cell phone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Oh, thank goodness. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we're back on track.
Yeah, so you like the video I sent you?
Oh, you know what? I of course I was laughing again. It was one of those things where I couldn't breathe. I was silently laughing. No wonder. I'm surprised it hasn't gone viral. It should. In fact, I'm going to, with your permission, I'm going to put that on my page because it's brilliant. And again, it's one of those things where of course, unexpected, and it's very cash, very off the cuff. Brilliant. I mean, how could you not love that? That's great. It's fantastic. I think that would be the perfect. That would be the perfect commercial for the podcast. Seriously, that should be because it's so classic.
Well, the best part about me in this whole podcast thing is I'm really not a tech person. Yeah. I'm a partial tech person because I've learned so much more in this whole process of doing the trademark up to doing this. I mean, when I go online to look for stuff to buy, I'm not looking for clothes or shoes. I'm looking at equipment. I go to Guitar Center. I look on, I have a great mixing board that I never thought I would have. I'm looking for speakers. I'm looking for more microphones. And I'm thinking, April, you have 8 microphones. Don't any more microphones.
You know what? That's part of your business. That's part of your craft. You have to do that. That makes total sense to me.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things where my whole mindset is very different. So I've actually been called somewhat of a geek sometimes. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you very much.
Exactly. And I'm going to say embrace it. Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. Nope.
But again,
I get it.
But again, my experience and with what I do literally only scratches the surface of what, people that have maybe even gone to broadcasting school, things like that, more, I have the basic knowledge, and it allows me to do what I need to do. If I was to get a full-time job somewhere professionally, I would be more, nervous about doing it because I've never had a position quite like that, but I would totally try. But, like I said, I mean, I've learned quite a bit. And like I said, a little bit. I mean, this whole mix board that I have, I love being able to throw effects on a person, like with the echoes and things like that. It's hilarious. I wonder if it would work with a phone call. Probably not. So let's see. So I know last week, we never actually got into, and we still haven't yet because I know that's just how we roll.
Oh, honey, we got time. Whatever you want to talk about, I am so down with. I know we've never actually, gone into theater and such,
not even a little bit.
It's fine. You know what? That's cool. I like this organicness. It's fantastic. We're going to get around to it. I am. Yeah,
someday.
I can exactly. I can talk until the cows come home, and I just feel kind of like I don't want to, because I can go on about so many different things. And I love obviously, theater and the arts, and I can expound on it. I just don't want to I want to talk about stuff that would be interesting to people, and that people are not going to be like, okay, we've talked about the same show for an hour and a half, which I can do. Don't get me wrong, I can totally do that. But I don't, you know what I mean? I just feel like
I do know what you mean.
Okay, I know you do. I know you get it. So
I do. You want to know what's great about it is that's the glory of just having pretty much, and this is what happens when I have people here at the house. I mean, I'll have one or two, maybe three topics, things like that, but there's always deviation. And when people had originally started asking me what my target audience would be, I said, well, I don't want to have a specific age bracket because I'm so eclectic. I like a little bit of everything, I said, and everything's going to get discussed.
Yes.
A whole lot of nothing's going to get discussed, and people are going to laugh and whatnot, because this is what happens every day. And, but, I mean, if it's, straight, if there's a time when I really want to talk about a said topic, I'll make sure there's no deviation. But because you and I are, are friends, we've known each other for so long, it's just one of those things where, it's rather just keep it, really kind of unplanned. But I definitely do want to ask you one question. How long have you been in theater?
Okay, so technically, officially, my very first show, I was in high school, and I was a sophomore, and I actually started out on the stage crew, and I did stage crew for I guess you want to call it a season. Our high school produced 2 shows during the school year, so for the first year of my theater, I was on stage crew, and it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot, and I was able to actually see the show because I worked in the light booth, working lights and sound, and we used to do like what really I think changed my mind. Well, obviously from wanting to be on stage, that was a paramount thing, but also stage crew actually had to get up early on Saturday mornings and build sets. Like, I'm talking early, obviously for high schoolers, 9 o'clock was really early. So I would spend probably 4 or 5 hours on a Saturday building sets. And although it was fun, it was like I said, I enjoyed the experience. We had a lot of laughs, and, it was good. The actors in the show didn't have to come that extra day, and, it was more, obviously you want to be in the spotlight, and that totally was me, up to a point, because as much as I loved working, backstage, and I have to tell you, the stage crews and the production crews are awesome. They deserve equal credit with what goes on, because they make up the whole show. Without them, there really is there's no show.
That's part of the thing that a lot of people don't realize, like with TV, movies, and this is what I've actually learned over the years between being in radio and volunteering with a local TV station, is there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. It's not just the person on the microphone or the person in front of the camera. And I look at things differently now because I've been in this realm for, so many years. Mm-hmm. And like I said, some of the things that I do literally scratch the surface, but I've seen a lot and I've been around a lot. So yeah, I when I think of things like that, and the only thing I really haven't been exposed to is the theater as but I did audition once, Central Catholic. I was a freshman at St. Mary's. Yes. And I remember being on stage and doing so horrible that I ran away from theater.
No. Oh,
I did.
No.
I know I'm like, I have no personality. I'm like a wet mop. I stumbled over my words. I'm like, I suck ass. I'm out of here. Bye.
Okay. Let me just tell you, first of all, that is so common that so many people audition horribly, myself included. And I for some reason, I think, and this is the absolute truth, I find it to be the absolute truth, coming from a director's standpoint and as an actor, that if you can get through the audition is probably the worst part of the entire process. And as a good director should, sometimes you have to look beyond and see the talent that's there, because you seem to me like a natural. You would shine on stage.
Well,
because of that. You know what I mean?
Yes, but you also think about this too. Freshmen in high school, we're still kids. Yes. If you put me on a stage now, completely different story. Right. My personality has morphed and evolved over the years, and I've gone even more daring getting older. Because I care less.
Good. Well, you should. If I could speak to my younger self, that's what I'd say. Who the hell cares?
I mean, I don't like how I look on camera, but I don't care because you know what? I'm having fun.
Don't give me no one. Hold on. I have to stop you. I have to stop you only because, in my opinion, I know you're going to say that's not true. I have to tell you that you are fantastic on camera.
That's all angles.
What do you mean? Oh, come on. Who cares? Hello, that's called Hollywood. That's called entertainment. Most of us, if you get up in the morning, it's a horror show. For me anyway, like it takes, and I'm not lying to you, April, I am in the bathroom for no less than an hour every day. Oh my God. It is a process. It is a process.
That's why you look nice.
Well, God bless your heart. But that's what I'm saying. Like, being natural, like, as an actor, I can tell you right now, there is no way, like I told you earlier, on the first segment, that I literally had to prepare to speak with you, and I'm not kidding you, whether it's part of my OCD or whatever, but I think that's just a common thing. It's like, I think that especially if you're in that type of business, as an actor or whatever, or even in, the communications arena, you're putting on you are your product, so you want to always put your best foot forward, and you always want to do what you think other people how your perception is. But for me, like I really, that's just how I am. I've always been like that.
Well, maybe that explains everything, because you know how I get ready for stuff. I roll out of bed and get dressed, and then I leave.
But you know what, though? Some people can do that and be beautiful and gorgeous, much like yourself, where other people like myself, it takes time. You know what? And I don't mind that. I'm very happy to say that I am a product whore, which means that I cannot leave the house without doing X, Y, and Z, and that's just who I am. That's fine. I don't know where it came from. Because I've always been.
Well, it's your routine. Everybody has their routine. Like for me personally, people are like, why don't you shower in the morning? I say, well, because I shower at night and then I can sleep later in the morning.
Exactly.
I literally roll out of bed, throw what I have, because I know what I'm going to wear, and then I said, my hair is long, up in a pony it goes, and I will say, I am faithful to my chapstick and my lipstick.
See, and that's
pretty much what I do.
You know what?
As far as makeup is concerned, once in a while I would put it on, rarely, but and that's just always been me. But I get to the point at my age now, it's just like, you know what? I wish I had okay, I'm not going to say I found my balls or grew my balls or I have more balls now, but
Yes,
it's like I said, I care less. I have less fear in certain areas. And one of them being the podcast. And I make a joke. People say, oh, you have a face for radio, you know. Well, people never said that to me, but
wow.
I've heard
good.
that.
Because we're going to fight. We're going to go down. Because you have a face for video, for being on screen as well. Hello.
Yeah, but it's always like they always joke about things like that. And I always joke about how I'm the fat funny kid. Because did you ever see that meme where it says fat people are the funniest and said I should know I'm fat and I'm fucking hilarious? That's me.
Yes.
I'm the fat funny friend. But you know, all fat jokes aside, I'm a big girl and I'm working on it. But I that's one of my things. I get self-conscious of how I look in front of a camera because of my weight. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, I don't care. I'm tired of being too shy in that arena. So it's like, okay, a little bit at a time. That's why I'm exploring this whole video thing. I said, you know what, April, start doing videos. See what happens.
Yes, absolutely.
See what happens.
Absolutely.
One of the videos, I should send you the other one, where I just started talking about testing this thing out, and I made a little fat joke. I said, I'm still fat, but it's funny because it's, you know, and I'm using it to my advantage because comedians and actors have done it their whole lives. People that have been on the bigger side, they use it to be part of who, you know.
Right.
And I'm not embarrassed by it. I know it's not a healthy situation as far as, you know, being at this weight. But I'm doing exercise at the house, but now we're deviating.
No, go.
But it's like,
I can completely relate to what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things where, you know, you struggle to do certain things and you want to stay focused on certain things. And one of the things that I just really drop the ball on constantly is being faithful to my exercise regime, which I've been trying to do more, specifically now that I can't leave the house really.
Right.
But it's fun being in front of the camera and doing the videos and doing the audio. So I'm glad that we're, my friend Jay just texted me. I have a few calls scheduled this week.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
To completely stop what I was saying, because this is what I do.
No, but you know, I'm with you. I'm right along with you, and I just wanted to add too that, you know what, a lot of our perception is totally on us. Like for you, for example, you had said that you've had struggles with your weight, as have I. But if I were to look at you and I were to watch you, which I have, you know, I wouldn't even your weight, which I don't think is an issue at all, personally. However, that's not me. I know that's just how you feel, and you have a right to your feelings. However, I wouldn't even think of that because, like I said, I think that you shine on video. I think that's part of who you are, and that's your personality. And I think as someone who's in the entertainment business as well, like myself, and even that's one of the first things we did at the broadcasting school. You had mentioned about people who had gone to broadcasting school. That's our first day was we had to actually film a piece of script on or side in front of the camera. And we had to actually do the side. They had it was moving on the camera. It was a teleprompter type of thing. That was the hardest day in the world for me because we actually had to sit there and our class would literally critique each and every on camera. You know, and it was the first day. Like they didn't give you time to prepare. They said, we want you to read this. It was almost like a fake news, you know, scenario, whatever. And you really had to sit there behind the desk and go. You had like literally a minute to prepare, and then you were filmed. And that was the most nerve-wracking thing because you're thinking to yourself, oh, I am just not, like, I hate how I look on camera, or I hate the sound of my voice, or whatever the case is. But one of the reasons for them doing that exercise was to prove that a lot of your insecurities and a lot of the things that you hold yourself accountable for, or the things that you think about, are all basically in your head because 90% of the feedback that I received and that most of our classmates received was positive.
Right.
like, oh, you look good at this. This is a great angle for you. Or it was something that, and the teacher instructor didn't say, okay, you have to be nice or you have to only mention. It was literally like, okay, we're going to critique, the whole picture, the whole thing. And a lot of it was like, wow. Like I was mortified for myself because like I said, at that time I was like, oh my gosh, my hair was bad. I probably had like adult acne. It was just, I was just so self-critical, and I think we all are, as human beings.
Oh God, yeah,
because
I'm horrible.
We feel like, I don't look good, or oh my gosh, is there something in my nose, or I could have done this so much better, when you look at it. But like getting back to what where our conversation was, when I see you, like I said, that's one of the things that I noticed, like your personality and just who you are shines through. And of course, I know you since we were in grammar school, of course. But even if you take that element away, like I said, I think you are perfect for media, like visual media, as well as getting your butt on stage, because as you know, Whitney, you've mentioned this before, and I own my own theater company, or I co-own my own theater company.
Yeah.
And I'd love to get you, on stage.
Oh, I'm totally there.
Oh my God, good. I'm glad you said that, because
it's funny you mentioned. It's funny you mentioned getting me on stage. So can you want to hear something really funny? So
Please.
I have been writing poetry since like freshman year of college. Okay. And I like writing, and I love writing. I'm not faithful to it, but I do really enjoy the written word and letting things just spew out of my mind onto paper.
Yes.
I've always wanted to write a play, but I never got around to it. It's the type of project that I've never got around to it. And I'm like, I need to like pick Mark's brain with this one. And we can talk outside the show on that.
Yes, of course. Oh my gosh, because we can definitely talk, because I've written a couple of things, but for the past year, just to sympathize with you and just to give you a complete understanding of where I'm at, it's almost where you are, or very similar to you. I've had an idea for a play for almost a year, and every single day I think about it, I'm like, I should really just start writing, and that is the key for me, because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh, I just don't know if I can do it. The thing that I need to do as someone, I know this is who I am. Like you just have to do it. You just have to start writing. I think that's the biggest obstacle. You think to yourself,
yes,
oh my God, I just got to do it. And just stop talking about it and do it. Who cares? Because you have this, at least for me, I don't know about how you feel, but for me, it's like I'm always thinking that there's this, what's the word, pressure, and there's this unnecessary, like, oh my gosh, it's got to be right. It's got to be perfect. It's got to be so good that it's going to automatically be produced on stage, or it's going to be, it's going to become, something that people are going to want to see, it's going to be, I'm going to be popular, whatever the case is. But the thing is, it's like, for me, like, I just shut up and do it, because, like, you don't know what people are going to want, and people are going to, like, be attracted to. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing before, where the 14-second video that you did, that you thought, oh my gosh, I wasn't even conscious of the fact of being, it became so popular. You never know. That's the thing. Right. It's like you can become well known and without even thinking about it. That's,
exactly.
Like I said, oh my gosh,
I would love to be in one. I would love to be in a play in your theater. Now, do you mind if we talk about?
No, go right ahead. Go right ahead, please.
So it's called Our Theater Company. Am I correct?
Our Theater Company. And its theater is RE.
Okay.
We started back in 2012.
Okay. Wow, 8 years.
8 years, and we actually, the year before that, several of the group's core people, we were in a show together, ironically, Godspell. I think for me, everything comes back to Godspell. And after that show closed, that was back in 2011, I had always wanted to form a theater company, or a community theater company, where, you know, anyone could be involved, and like
Right.
I didn't care. Like diversity for me was key. Whether, you know, you've been on stage for like 10 years or you're a newcomer, or, you know, whether or not, you know, it didn't matter to me. I wanted a place where everyone could come together, and share our love of the stage, and even backstage, and like it, you know, it was very non-judgmental. Many of the things that I still hold true today, that, you know, one thing led to another, and we were, our very first show, as our theater company was back in 2012, and we did a production of Annie Jr., which was very well received. You know, and from there, you know, our goal is to produce like 3 or 4 shows a year, depending on financial constraints and budgets, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
However, so that was the jumping board of our theater company, and many years previous to forming our theater company, it's always been a dream of mine, obviously, to pursue acting and to pursue the theater. And, you know, I think sometimes for me, I remember thinking that even as a child and as a teenager, there wasn't a lot of opportunity for people or persons with disabilities to be on stage, and even to be seen, you know, whether it be on TV or on the stage. And I always wanted to provide a space for people, not necessarily just with disabilities, whether that be physical, whether that be mental, you know, everyone. You know, I wanted a space for everyone to be able to enjoy and express themselves through the arts. And it's been, what's the word I want to say? It's been a labor of love from the first show to where we are now. So yeah, like I said, we things have changed. There's been different people that have moved on to different things, which is wonderful. Because I love seeing people, friends and fellow actors that are doing other things, and you know, you always say, "Oh, I remember when we worked together when they did this show with us," and it's just because the theater family is such a huge. I mean, I remember people that I've worked with from my first show, which, circling back to your question originally, was my first show that I did on stage was at high school, high school, and I did Bye Bye Birdie. And I think every high school from here to, like, you know, Kalamazoo at some point in time does Bye Bye Birdie.
I think that's the one I tried out for.
Oh my gosh! Of course. Okay, so
you had to have been there.
Yes, yeah, of course. That makes total sense. And it was someone in the ensemble. It was, in fact, Mr. Johnson was my character, and I ended up playing, you know, a couple of walk-on roles, but nothing that would be like, you know, out of this world. But I remember, you know, hearing, you know, even that at that time, like, there are no small roles. Right. You know, which, you know, I agree. Like I said, there's experience, you know, and you as you do a show, you hopefully are able to move forward and do other things and do, you know, principal roles. But for me, it's like I personally, whatever I do, you do it to your full out. It doesn't matter what role you accept or you take. You do it, you know, you give it everything. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that you on stage would be a riot. I can totally see it. And I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised you were not cast. That just doesn't
definitely wasn't.
Wow. Okay.
Definitely wasn't. They actually they said never come back. No, I'm kidding.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. I'm kidding.
You're lying. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh.
They said, "Oh my God, you're the worst. Please leave."
No, they did not.
No one was ever mean to me, but I definitely didn't get cast. But you
okay, I was gonna say because we would fight because I know exactly who to go to with that. But okay, so you, like I said, obviously, from the difference between when we're even for me too, I agree with you. Like, I am not the person that I was in high school. In fact, if I were able to tell my younger self, is just relax and who cares. And like I said, it's such a wonderful feeling to be able to say that. It's like, if we could tell our younger selves, why do you worry so much, or why do you care so much, because you're able to do so much more if you let that freedom wash over you, and like you're able to like just be yourself and have no regrets. Of course, I have regrets, and I'm sure you do too. But
oh yeah.
Seriously.
I tell my younger self every day, you shouldn't have eaten that Twinkie.
Right? And, well, seriously, no joke. Like, I do the same thing. I'm like, maybe that second bag of Oreos could have been saved for another day. But
rephrase that. You don't need 4 Twinkies.
Right. Maybe hold back on at least 1 or 2 Twinkies. But like I said, for us, and I can tell the same, food for me and obviously for you, or I don't want to say obviously, but I think we can relate on, food was comfort to us. I think for me especially it was.
Yeah, it's one of my, I'll tell you right now, I'm more addicted to food than I ever was to cigarettes.
Now have you smoked?
Oh, well, I haven't in years.
Were you a smoker?
I started freshman year in high school.
Really? Okay.
And then let's see, this year will be, that's a very good question. I want to say like 7 years. It hasn't been a full 10 years yet, but it's definitely been more than 5.
Good for you.
Yeah. And
good for you.
I will never smoke another cigarette.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, and my dad, may he rest in peace, he was able to quit smoking several years before he passed away.
Oh, good.
But
I'm sorry about your dad, by the way.
Pardon me?
I'm sorry about the loss of your dad.
Thank you, and I'm also sorry for the loss of your dad as well.
Thank you.
But I remember that he, even up to his last days, he says he would be able to, like, he can smell a cigarette and be like, oh, he would go back. He never did, thankfully.
Yeah.
But he was one of those who like, oh, I could go back to smoking in a heartbeat. But good for him on having that constitution and knowing that is so unhealthy and so bad.
Let me tell you how I quit, too.
Okay, tell me.
And I never actually say I quit, for one.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when, now any of you out there, if you're lazy, this is when it works its charm with you. So I can be that lazy where I don't want to go outside for a cigarette. So I used to work at Merrimack College, and I was on the 3rd floor, and I refused to go down the 3 floors because I had to come back up. I'm like, all right, I'm lazy. And at that time, I was also starting to work out a little more. So I said, you know what, let's save the cigarette to at night. And at the time, I was living in New Hampshire. And what I did was I went to work, went to the gym. I sometimes went food shopping or whatnot. By the time I would get home, I'd have my dinner, I'd take my shower, and then I would have my first cigarette when I sat down to relax. And that was usually about 7:30, 8. So I was only having a couple cigarettes a day. So that worked out really good. And then I kept going with that, and I only smoked at night. On the occasion, have one during the day or whatnot, things like that. And I did that for a few years, and then it's naturally slowed down because I really was sick of the habit. And let's see, a few months before, I'd say the last 6 months that I was smoking, I was smoking a cigarette a week. So it was kind of like, okay, at this point. And then the last month, I remember, this is actually kind of gross. I would light a cigarette, take a couple drags off of it, stub it out, and then I would take a couple drags of it later that week. And I'm like, okay, don't do that. First of all, it's gross. But that's what I did. I'm like, so I wasn't even having a full cigarette every 2 weeks. So at that point, I said, you know what? It's not even going to be considered cold turkey, even though I stopped. I slowly weaned myself off of it. And, but I can confirm what your dad was saying, because once in a while, not all the time, once in a while, someone would be smoking, and I would have a whiff of the smoke, and I'd be like, oh, God.
Right.
But most of the time, I'm not like that. I'm like, because I just just didn't have the desire to do it. Like I did the habit that so many years, I was done with it. I moved on from it. And the other thing I hated was how my clothes used to smell. Because now, if I'm near somebody who smokes, that's all I can smell on them.
Right. It reeks. And not only clothes, but like the
Cars.
the walls and yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I love a non-smoker's car.
Yeah, tell me about it. In fact, that's one of the things that even if I had like friends, which is ironic that, well, I don't know if it's ironic, that's probably the wrong word, but I don't have any friends that actively smoke, so that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Not that I would, begrudge people from smoking. It's a habit. Oh my God, it's addictive. But the point is, it's like I'm the same way. Like a car, like even if they did, of course my car is. I again OCD about that as well. Like I have to have a clean car, and like there's no way that there'd be any smoking in my car. In fact, you probably remember this as well. I don't know if this was your experience, but as a child and a preteen, I remember that my father, we'd be driving in his car, the window, even if the window was cracked, there would be like this cloud of smoke in the car. Like I remember secondhand smoking since I was a child. I'm surprised that I don't have any, major lung issues at this point because, for many, many years, of course, back then they didn't know. It wasn't like a conscious thing to be like, now you can't smoke with children in your car, or, they've changed the laws and such. But when we were growing up, it wasn't the case. Like you literally, like I remember, being at my grandmother's house, and she was a casual smoker. She wasn't like, chain, whatever. But even just being in her house, one of the things that reminds me of my grandmother is smoke. I know that's kind of a weird, you put that in your head, but it's almost endearing because it reminds you of her. But like, you know what I mean? Like she had a small apartment, so even if she smoked, even one cigarette, you could always smell it. It was always, the aroma was always in the air. So, but, kudos to you. I think, that's wonderful, that you were able to quit that habit and, because it really is tough, and you have to give so much credit to people who are struggling with that because, nicotine is addictive.
It was not an easy habit to break, and I'll tell you that one. Like I said, I was less addicted to that than I am with food. With food, the problem with food is you need food to live. That's the thing. Like, and the age old phrase. Eat to live, don't live to eat. But my problem is I do both.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, I can't just pick one. I'm taking both of those. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Right. Well, why should you? They're both there. It's like, okay, that's the third option. How about both?
Yeah, but I do like healthy food, though. Healthier food as well. Like I am big on vegetables and things like that. I go on all over the spectrum on the food.
Good for you. You're a true foodie. And that's awesome because, and even my dad, of course, who loved to eat as well, he was definitely a self-proclaimed foodie. He would say, you only have one life to live. You should enjoy yourself with, within moderation, of course. But, if you like food, like we love food, that's what food was and is for us. Food is comfort. Food is love.
Yes.
And I embrace that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So if, of course, for me, it's like I have to learn to like, okay, like we talked about, maybe instead of having 4 cookies, you have like 1 or 2. Everything in moderation. Yep. That's the thing that I struggle with because for me, especially with food, it's very rare that I turn food down. Like I said, we talked about, I'm eating and I'm thinking about, like you said, 5 meals or 10 meals down the road, what am I going to do? But that's, again, I think that's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that because it's just, it's something that you enjoy and something that brings you, like you said, life. Because it is. It's food is life and,
food is love.
Food is love. It is. It totally is.
It totally is. So I got to tell you, I want you to use your landline every time if you can, because you sound fantastic.
I agree. Yes, because the
so
same,
much.
and you are Crystal for
Yeah.
me, so I can only imagine how I am to you, which I'm glad. So I apologize for whatever, but it's odd because it didn't affect us last week.
No, you weren't in and out. You just sounded too far away, but
Far
you
away
weren't.
because I was on speaker.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
that makes sense because the phone was down. I wasn't holding the phone. So that might have something to do with the sound quality this time. So,
Yeah.
but no, landline it is. I love it.
Landline it is.
We are
Landline.
down to the landline.
And before we're not getting off the phone yet, but I'm going to probably get off in about 10, 15 minutes.
That's perfect. Yep.
Because I know I've been dreaming about lunch since yesterday.
Me too. Like I was thinking about the same thing. I'm like, what am I going to do after we? Okay, that's the first thing I'm going to do when we conclude our call is I'm going to eat.
I'm not really having a big lunch though. I'm having cereal with an apple because I'm making, and I should have made the rice yesterday. I'm making a fried rice for dinner with some chicken and mushrooms and the key to fried rice. Have you ever made a fried rice? Because it's so easy.
I have not. As much as I love to cook and I love watching cooking shows, that's my life. I don't cook. My partner Bob, he's actually a chef, so he
nice.
is the one that is able. Of course, this will be a topic for another time. Of course, he is not vegan. Let's put it that way. He is in fact the very opposite of vegan. But he is very good about cooking meals and stuff. So he has actually cooked for me before, and actually he made a fried rice dish that was out of this world.
Nice.
But like I said, so you're making a fried rice dish,
right?
For dinner, okay?
Right. So basically, one of the keys to fried rice is you typically want to make the rice the night before because you want it to cool off, go in the fridge, so it's kind of on the drier side. There's no moisture in it. Yeah. And because when you put it in the wok at the high heat with all the other stuff, it gets kind of, but I'm making it, I didn't make it last night, I kind of forgot. So I'm making it when I go upstairs, letting it cool off. I'll throw it in the fridge. It'll still be cold.
Right,
and I
ready
have,
to go.
Yeah, and I have one of those stir fry wok things, and I put a little bit of oil, and what I add is I put frozen peas, a little bit of frozen corn. We julienne or shave some carrots, put those out to the side. I have my bean sprouts. And I let the frozen peas and the, corn cook up, so they add a little bit of water in there. And then I'll put some garlic in there, and I'll put some soy sauce, fish sauce, sesame oil. I like hot chili oil because I like a little bite. Me
too. I like it. I love spicy. Yes.
Yeah. Not melt your face off spicy, but just enough. And you get the sauces going. I also throw in a little bit of honey as well to add a little sweetness to it. And then what I do at that point is I will slowly add the rice, stir it up, add the rest of the rice, and then I will add more. I'll add more of the sauces and everything. I just like I make an initial amount when I'm heating it up, see how it coats the rice. And
Right.
usually off to the side, I'm just doing a basic skillet for the chicken and then the mushrooms. I don't cook the mushrooms in the rice because they'll add too much water.
Yes.
So I cook them ahead of time, and I'll throw those in, towards the end. When the chicken's all done, throw the chicken in, stir it up, add more sauces as I need to go. Then I throw the carrots in. Then it's done. Almost done. I throw the sprouts in for the last minute or two because you like the sprouts to be a little on the crunchy side.
A little crunchy, right? Because each vegetable or each whatever, it's almost like in stages because some vegetables take longer to cook and all that.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it's pretty much done. And so we're kind of having that for dinner, so it'll be a little heavier. So keeping it light for lunch.
A light lunch. Yep.
Yeah.
No, that sounds good.
Although I say that now, I kind of want a sandwich, but I'll still stick to the cereal.
Well, again, for me, typically, I know this is so bad. I don't have a routine where I eat at certain times. And this is horrible. I'm going to admit this right on the lily pad.
Do it.
I don't typically eat breakfast. I know. I know. It's bad.
I don't know, Mark.
It's right. It changes a lot, doesn't it? This is a new side of me that is a dark side, very dark side. So I know I have to get back into it. It's the best meal of the day. It's the most important meal of the day. However, that being said, in all honesty and full disclosure, I very rarely have breakfast.
I don't eat breakfast all the time either, so I can't.
Yeah, when you get up in the morning, of course, I have to have coffee is life. Coffee is a necessity. You just can't. You have to. have to do it. But for me, like my lunch, I try to make my lunch larger than it doesn't always happen, of course, than my evening meal, just because
it should be like that.
Right, exactly, right. That's what I've heard. So it's like I'm trying to make but sometimes you only are able to make what you have and what you're able to do. And I wish that I could prepare my meals ahead of time, because I would probably be 200% more healthy, probably have more money in my pocket when all is said and done. But I'm lazy in that respect. I have the best intentions, but I can't even worry about what I like. I think about food all the time, but to try to like make food in bulk, especially because in our house we pretty much prepare 3 separate meals, because my mom does the chicken thing a lot. Bob is a very meaty person. Yeah. And of course, me being vegan, so it kind of, sometimes there has to be some crossover. We try to, share a meal. But like I said, it just becomes one of those things where you consciously have to think, okay, what am I going to make and how am I going to, but if I was able to like prepare foods ahead of time, I think I would be so much better. So I think that's a personal goal for me, is to try and, think about, meal planning and trying to do that much. But I don't know, with this quarantine that we're currently in, Maine is still, I don't know about you, but Maine is still, we're still at the stay at home order until the end of the month. So we still have lines for like the Super Walmart or like, Shaw's or whatever. So some things aren't even still available to us.
Yeah, they still have that too. I think the Mass is doing it in like phases and things like that.
Yes,
so they're gonna,
yeah.
So I mean, they're going to be doing that. I don't know. I don't really think it's time. I think it's still too soon. I mean, there has not been a decline yet. So
no, there hasn't. April, oh my gosh.
They keep saying they don't want to do anything until there's a decline. Well, then why are you doing something?
Then why are we opening at all at this point? Like that's what's yes. And I get it, because there are people out there that are chomping at the bit, like, I have to get out of this house, or like, I can't be. But it's not about you only. You have to consider everyone else.
And the precautions. I'll tell you, I went to the market this morning, and I'll get there early, and I get there about 20 minutes before anybody under 60 or 65 can go in.
Right. Exactly.
And I don't usually run into those because it's a Monday morning. A lot of people are back to work, even if it's working from home. So it's not as crazy, right? So I get in, I get there, I'm walking out at like 7:56. I'm masking up and I'm getting out of the car, and I see a few people lined up outside. I'm like, why are they lined up? There's like nobody in there. But I said, maybe there's something I don't know. So I get in the line, and everybody in the line is wearing their masks 6 feet apart. The kid, millennial, and nothing against millennials, so
not
anybody out there who's listening, don't get mad at me saying this, but they've been saying it on the news.
Yes.
I know doesn't look cool, but you should be wearing a mask. So there's this kid, he's in his 20s, he's in a shorts, t-shirt, no mask, no gloves. I'm like, okay, it's warm up, so I get the t-shirt and the shorts, I get it.
Right. Walmart, pretty much anything goes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And so I'm far enough behind him, and then behind me, an older gentleman, senior citizen gentleman gets behind me and goes, he should have just gone right in, but he got behind me, proper distance. And then a senior citizen gentleman was coming out, and he was walking down, and he was, he said good morning to a couple of people, and then he started talking to the guy behind me, and I heard them say, I'm not sure why they're in line or why they're waiting, and I turned around and I said, because the guy goes, there's hardly anybody in the store. I'm like, oh. So I turned around and looked at everybody and I said, why are we waiting? So then the kid who is not wearing a mask, and mind you, I like to speak my mind sometimes, but I also know when to not speak my mind.
Right, there's a proper time and place.
Yeah.
Yep.
This kid he starts laughing, and he chuckles, goes, oh, I guess we've all been conditioned. I said, well, clearly not everybody, because you're not wearing a mask. I kept my mouth shut.
Good for you.
Because I'm like, clearly you haven't been conditioned, because you're a millennial and it can't happen to you. So it's
right. You're exempt or inept. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah.
You're the reason why it's spreading.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Like I said, I could be over paranoid. Not to cut you off. I apologize.
No.
And I'm disgusted with some of the people between when I was at the market last week, and a woman in her 30s with her young child were walking around the store with no mask on. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, granted, I hate it. I sweat when I sleep, so adding anything to my face is going to make it a lot worse for me as far as breathing, between my glasses fogging up and me just sweating like a hooker in church naturally. So it's just makes it worse. And you have these people out there who seem to think that they defy all the odds. Well, you know what? Right. If you're paying attention to anything, just have the courtesy for the people around you. I'm like, what? Because, I mean, I'm coming home to my mom. I mean, I don't even like going to the market. I wish I didn't have to go to any stores for that matter, but I'm not going to let her go. She's not going. I'm going.
Right, exactly. There are certain things that out of necessity that you need to do, and I completely understand that and respect that. And very much like you, that has, who's very educated and has a thoughtful process about you, thinking that, look, it's not just about me, because if it were about me, honey, I'd be breaking out of this house like it was, Christmas morning, on our front lawn. But the bigger issue is, the bigger picture is, it's for everyone. We're doing this to stop, or to.
Yeah, and I mean, just going out there, even though I am wearing my mask and my gloves, doesn't mean that I'm not bringing something home to her either. It's not a guarantee.
That's right. That's
so I mean, doesn't mean I'm not going to, knock on wood. And when I say knock on wood, I'm knocking on my own head here. But I'm doing because it's not protecting me from getting it. It's protecting you from getting it. I'm protecting other people by trying not to spread it and going out once in a while. So when I see someone like this kid who thinks he's all that in a bag of chips, and honey, you're not.
You're not.
You're nothing but a person who is not considerate of others, as far as I'm concerned. That's the first thing I think of. He could be the nicest guy in the world, but because you're standing there with no mask on, tells me you don't care about other people. And again, like I said, I'm not on my soapbox. I'm not perfect.
No, you're not.
And I'm really not trying to sound like an ass and a rude person, but for me personally, I find that very disrespectful, and you're not paying attention to the needs of the world. And I just
absolutely,
I just feel that people need to pay attention.
But you know what though, if more people, and again, I'm not. Well, yes, I am. I take this back. But what I'm going to say right now is I'm patting people like you and I on the back slightly, without too much of a sense of empowerment. But the point is, more people should be thinking that way, because if there were, then this virus would be lessened, and we wouldn't have to worry about all these cancellations that are taking place that are keeping us away from our usual summer activities. And I mean, it sucks, but there's a reason, and I stand behind what our governor says. There are people that are frustrated, as I'm sure they are in Massachusetts as well, where our governor is killing our economy, and we need to get back to work, and unfortunately I agree to an extent that yes, that's horrible right now that we have to go through this, but it's for our safety, and it's not only for our individual. Yes. Am I gone?
Mark,
yes. Yep.
You actually completely phased out. I didn't hear anything in the last minute.
Are you kidding? Oh my! I know that's weird because I'm on the. Wow. Okay. So take two. So if I can remember what I just said, I'll do my best to make it more concise.
One of the last things I heard was something about you agree with your governor.
Okay. Yes, and I do. In that, there are people out there that are like, I need to get back to work, and our economy is going to suffer for this. And I'm like, understandably, those are concerns, and I feel very badly. But obviously, the bigger picture is, if we don't take care of this now, it's not going to go away. It's only going to get worse, and we'll be in an even worse position than we are now.
Right. And I feel bad of the impact on everybody who owns their own business. They're all self-employed, things like that.
Yes.
If you don't have money in the bank right now, I mean, I don't technically have money in the bank, but I mean, right now I'm fortunate enough to be collecting right now while I'm looking for a job.
Of course.
But
thank
I mean,
God. Thank God.
Would I love to have a few mil in the bank? Yeah, because you know what? Then I'll work because I want to, not because I have to. But that's a a perfect world. But again, the people that have their own just companies, I feel for them because and even people that do have money in the bank, if that's their source of income, I feel for them because they have employees that I'm sure that they want to be able to pay and they might not be able to, and customers that they'd like to tend to, but they cannot do that right now, depending on your industry. I think basically the people that should be, maybe somewhat safer, people that are working outside, like, the guy who cuts our grass, I believe he actually wears a mask, and he does it just because of the grass flying everywhere,
Right, but still, it's a precautionary measure because...
Right, you know. And I mean,
especially in these times.
Yeah, and he hasn't even come to the house yet this year. I mean, he just does that regularly. Like he wears a
right, so it isn't, exactly, for allergies or whatever and all that.
Right. So I know if he started doing it this year, he would be wearing a mask, so he would be fine. But I feel that, I mean, I do miss life as it was, and life may never be the same as it was before, but I want to be around my friends. I would like to have my family to the house. Like every Saturday morning, and I don't think I've ever told you this, I don't think we've brought it up, but every Saturday morning, my uncles come over. And they've been doing this for over 20 years. And sometimes some cousins come over, or my brother will come over. And I used to sleep through it all because that's the days when I was younger, I'd be out till 1 or 2 in the morning, and I'd sleep right through it. I'd wake up at 11 o'clock, everybody was gone. Now I'm like, I'm waking up at 8:30 so I could see. They bring coffee. They'll, my mother may or may not make muffins or something, bakery style, or someone will bring donuts. And
that sounds fantastic.
Sometimes it turns into Sambuca Saturdays because they start doing shots, and I'm not even kidding.
Fun.
I can't stand the smell of that crap. Gross. Blech. I threw up in my mouth a little bit. Black licorice is not for me. I don't judge anybody who likes it. Ugh, gross.
Right.
But I'll tell you,
it's not your bag. It's not your deal.
No.
Yeah.
But I'll pose with them with the little shot glass. It's empty, and I just pretend I'm cool like the rest of them. But I always tease my uncles. I'm like, do I have to drive anybody home?
I'm right, the DD, I guess. Yeah.
And I usually am with my friends because I don't really drink. But no, they don't.
Same.
They don't get lit or anything like that.
Right, but you're the person that is in charge of seeing people home.
Exactly. And none of my uncles ever get really, they never, they have 1 or 2. And I mean, and that's after, they've eaten some stuff at the house and they're sitting there for 3 hours. So it's not really, but it's funny because I call it Sambuca Saturdays. But, I miss having that. They haven't been to the house in like 2 months now because of what's going on. And
I know.
I miss just, seeing my friends and things like that. And, but life is going to come back. I mean, people have to understand that, but we all have the people that aren't really taking this seriously is you're literally probably 50% of the reason why there hasn't been a decline.
Right. Exactly. And it's so simple too. It's like, I understand because as human beings, we have a social nature and you feel trapped and you feel like, oh my gosh. And I also feel very badly for those who are suffering with depression or who have these, anxieties because, God, I mean, it's going to be so horrible for them.
Yeah, because especially if they have certain things in their life that they need to do as far as even appointments or whatever it is that they have for, I don't want to say coping mechanism, but their scheduling, their routine. Right. It's a huge disruption.
It's the consistency that keeps them on task. Exactly. No. And it's just, it's a tough time for everyone. And for me, it's like, I think it's such a slap in the face to our, first responders and all the people that are fighting for us and that are saving lives and that are giving up of themselves. And, it's a slap in the face to them for us not to follow protocol and not to do our part in making sure that we flatten the curve and that this, is goes away, as quickly as it can. And obviously it's going to be around for a while because it's a pandemic and there's nothing that we can do about that.
Right.
But we can do our part to make sure that whatever we're asked, which isn't a lot. I mean, you know what I mean? For the sake of humanity, it's really not a lot. I mean, it could be worse, it could always be worse. So
it could always be worse. It's absolutely true.
Right. And I think if there is a silver lining, which there always is, people are still connecting and people are still, reaching out and be able to thank God for social media. We live in a time where like we're very fortunate to be able to like, FaceTime or be able to do, communicate in other ways. So there are ways that we can still communicate and still stay in touch. Thank God.
Mm-hmm. It's funny how technology has been the main reason why we've been all disconnected, even though it connects us, but disconnected on an organic level. Now,
right.
we're desperately holding on to the fact that that's all we have.
That's what we can use.
Because we cannot organically sit next to somebody in a movie theater and go on a date. Not like I would know what that feels like.
What's a date?
I think, if memory serves me correctly, it's when a boy asks a girl out, or actually a girl asks a boy out, or a girl asks a girl out, or a boy asks a boy out. I guess it doesn't really matter these days. If somebody asks you out on a date on a non-platonic level, that's a date.
Right.
Regardless of how it happens or who it's with, I have no idea what that's like.
I know.
Not anymore.
But you know something, though?
I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it.
I think that we're going to come out of this stronger and more resilient because, we're adapting. And the new normal will be what we've become accustomed to and what we're going to be able to acclimate to.
Right.
We just need to have a little patience and we need to understand that it's for the betterment and the good of all, not just yourself.
Right.
So for me, like, it's a major suck that we're still, stay at home, but at the same time, I'd rather stay at home now than have to deal with a second round or a third round, or this is never going to go away because people aren't taking the necessary precautions that are truly simple, in terms of, what you need to do,
Right. I don't think it's ever really going to go away. I think it's just going to be more contained once they get the vaccine. I think it's like with anything.
It'll be a flu. It'll be like another flu. Like we'll be able to like live with it. I mean, that's obviously, but like you said, there'll be a vaccine, hopefully sooner than later, and we'll build up, a resistance to it. So,
And like with anything that's hit, like Boston Strong or those phrases when we're human strong.
Yes.
Because
Amen.
Regardless of what's going to happen, we're going to come out of this and we're going to be all right. We're going to be damaged and bruised, but it's...
But I'm going to use the overused quote, that what does not kill us makes us stronger. And I think seriously, I think that this support, I have never experienced so much outpouring of humanity. I've witnessed it. Like even going to like the local grocery market and people they're kinder, or they appear to me anyway to be kinder. Yes, there are some people that are still taking advantage of the situation and being grumpy but there are people out there who are willing to help the elderly in our community, go shopping for them, or just be kind to each other, and that in itself is the golden lining right there, the silver lining.
It's true.
You know what I mean? It really is a test of our humanity, and I think for the most part, we're gonna come out so much better.
Oh, absolutely. And I chuckled when you said that phrase, not because I think it's a funny phrase. It's just I laughed because I tweaked it. The phrase over the years, that which does not kill me only makes me bitchier.
I love it. Hey, bitchy or not, it still makes you stronger. You can still be a strong bitch.
Hell
absolutely.
Yeah, you are right.
Embrace it. And
I'd rather be a bitch than a pushover. That's all I have to say.
Preach. No, it's true. I mean, like I said, there are so many different variations of strong that if being a bitch happens to be one of them, so be it.
I mean, I do have resting bitch face, so I may as well just,
Apparently I do too. I never realized that, but people are always like, what's wrong with you? Are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm just sitting here.
People do that to me too. They're like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, that's just my face. Thanks, though.
That's just my face. I'm sorry. I don't know what I should do otherwise. Because if I had a smile on my face, we were like, oh, the crazy is coming out. But, No, I just like to me. I'm like, I didn't realize I had resting bitch face, but whatever.
My mother teases me I was born pissed off.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what are you gonna do? I mean, I guess, but people who know us know that we are totally not,
Right, exactly,
what we appear,
exactly. But it is funny because I'm usually the clown. I'm always joking around, talking this and that. So if I am quiet, looking serious, I guess I could see why people would think something's wrong. But I'm like, no,
what's going on? Why?
I'm just existing. I'm not doing any jokes right now.
There's no intent here. I'm just
it
breathing.
Throws people, it throws
soaking
people
in
off.
the atmosphere. Yeah, it's very strange. People are like, what's wrong? I'm like,
are you
nothing.
Are you okay?
Should there be? Like, what did I do? But yeah, that's funny though. I mean, I try. I am like the king of useless facts, and like I'll always try to give like the saying. I usually mess things up because I can't remember half of what I retain, or I don't retain. What am I trying to say? I only retain half of what I hear, I guess is what so I'll usually screw up a saying or a quote. So I'm glad I was able to actually, get that one out correctly.
It's super smoky in here. I had a couple candles lit. Yes. And I won't leave the room. I don't like leaving candles unattended because
understood. Yeah.
When I go upstairs have lunch. But like my little Yankee candle, oh my God, it just blew up like I could have done smoke signals. Holy crap!
Because it's so see,
look at smoky when I blew that out.
You know what it is? I don't know if it's Yankee exclusive, but I actually also have a Yankee candle in my room, and literally, what I do is I take the top. Most of the times, like I'll throw the top out, or and once you use the candle, I don't usually use the top or what it comes with. But I find like to blow the candle out, I'll just put the top on the candle, and that way, I mean, the inside of the candle is like literally you can't see anything because it's all smoke, but. Because I find that too. I don't know if it's just with Yankee Candle or not, but yeah, you blow it out and it's like, hello, you're cutting the air with a knife because it's so. Yeah.
And I do like the specific scent I have too, but I will say, if you like candles,
I love
Wordwick candles, if you haven't tried those yet.
Yes.
Oh, love that.
Love. And they have them, well, for us, I don't know, like Target sells them.
Yeah.
But usually the ones that I like, they don't have a lot of scents available in store. Usually you can get them online.
Or you could go to the Yankee store. They sell them at Yankee Candle too.
Do they sell them at Yankee Candle?
Yeah, they're super expensive.
Well, of course, you have to get a small loan to get a candle. But
seriously, you do.
It's definitely worth it because I'm totally into like the aromatherapy, and then it just makes you feel like, your own personal nirvana. But
I will tell you the one I get from because my mother is very hooked on it.
Which one?
Let me see. Oh, this one here. So let me open this one up. So, and I usually get her the tall one. It's the Woodwick Trilogy.
Yes.
And the top layer is vanilla bean. The second layer is caramel, and the third layer is biscotti.
Holy mother!
So it really smells so lovely in the kitchen when she does that. I swear to God, I always think she's baking when she puts that thing on. And I usually get her a couple of years, and they last forever. So it's nice. Right. They do last forever. But on that note, I am going to call it because I am about ready to just start gnawing on my keyboard. I'm so hungry.
Oh, by the way, I'm gnawing on my hand, just so you know. Like, I understand. I get it.
Add a little salt.
So we need to. See, I could go on. We can go on, but yes, no. Eating is necessary. Eating is life. Eating is food.
Yeah.
So let's. Can we? Can I say this? Can I say that we'll continue next week, or is that?
We definitely want to. Okay. No, we definitely. I would love to talk to you every week. I'm probably going to talk to you before that because of some of our ideas. But
absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
I think, like I said, Mondays. The time we started is usually going to be fine. It just depends on how fast I get back from the market because Mondays are the best day for me to go shopping because it seems like the easiest as far as like people-wise and stuff. So
right, okay.
We can keep it next Monday morning like we did today. We'll do a 10 o'clock call. Okay. And but like I said, I'll text you later on today, and we can maybe talk later on or even tomorrow.
Sure.
And then we can go over some of those other ideas because that'll be a lot of fun. So Mark,
so
I want to thank you for coming on the show again. This was a lot of fun. I have multiple segments, so I have my work cut out for me today.
Well, I have to thank you as well because I'm telling you, since our first speaking last week, I have done nothing but think about other ways that we can expand this, and I'm so grateful that you have me on your lily pad. I'm excited and I'm grateful, and the fact that we're now back in touch, like we've been, we just pick up our friendship as it was, back then, and it's only going to grow and get better. And like I said, if I have anything to do with it, we're gonna blow you up in such a good way, and I mean that in such a lovely, publicity way. I appreciate
that because that's what it is. It's a word of mouth, and it's the support from friends and family that helps. So, and then we're gonna be talking way more about theater too. So we're gonna
I can't wait.
Really promote the company because, like I say, when I found out you own a theater company, I was like, oh, that's so Mark, and definitely want to get on board with helping you guys out. And heck, I'll be on stage. We'll see how funny I can be. I'm going to hold you to that. In fact, we're actually, this is live now, so it's going to be on record that you said you're going to do this. So we're going to make it happen. I can't even tell you how excited I am about that. Well, no, actually, it's pre-recorded. I could totally dub this out, but I won't.
You could, but you can't because I'm going to remember. That's one thing I'm going to hold you to because you deserve it. You need this. I mean, the theater needs you. Like I said,
April, don't you remember the 3,000 times we talked about going on the theater?
Seriously.
Yeah, no, it'll be good. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. When we can all,
so many wonderful things to look forward to. And I am so grateful for you and for the lily pad and for bringing us together and being able to have this time together. It does my heart so good, and I love you to death.
I love you too, dude. And
we'll be in touch.
Have a great lunch and a great rest of your day. I'll definitely text you later.
I can't wait. Okay, good.
But don't hang up yet. Thanks everybody for listening, and we'll be seeing you on the lily pad.
Going up to taste the sun.